Hey guys, AJ Hazy here. It's about 5 o'clock, well actually almost 6 o'clock now on Friday, and as you can see I got the 5 o'clock shadow going and I'm ready to head out, so I'm not in my usual realtor getup, but I wanted to just take a quick second because I've been having a bunch of clients come to me and friends come to me and asking me questions about flipping properties because they know that I've been doing it myself and that also I've been helping lots of people go through the process themselves, and it's a topic that I'm really passionate about, and I feel like I can provide you some value and some guidance if it's something that you even remotely thought about doing. I'd like to have a chance here over the next couple of minutes to share with you some of the stuff that I think could get you on your way and could make sure that you make a great choice and hopefully make a ton of money on a property, because you know what, there are fantastic returns to be made and there's tremendous opportunity out there, but it's a little bit different now in today's market. I mean, it's 2011 right now as we're filming, and almost 2012, and the market's been flat for 3 years now. Previous to that, in boom times, you could buy a house and you could flip the property and it could take you a year to do a renovation because you were kind of slow and you were dilly-dallying, and over that year the property would go up 20% and you'd make your 60 or 70,000. So that's why you found all these people that were overnight sensations at renovating homes and flipping properties and yielding these tremendous returns. It's because it was easy. It wasn't really what they were doing that was creating the profit. It was the market appreciating that creates a profit. So a lot of people think that it's not possible anymore, and I'm here to tell you that over the last 3 years I've done a number of projects for myself, and I've consulted for friends and for family and clients that have also done many successful projects. So it is absolutely possible, but the key here is you need to know how to do it, and you need to understand that the profit now is created. It's created when you buy the property. It's knowing it's having a plan, but selecting the right property and knowing exactly how to make sure that you stay on point through your budget, through your timeline, everything. Your renovation has to be well calculated. You can't wing it anymore. It's got to be a business, and it's got to be calculated. So I don't say that to scare you. It's not actually that complex. It's just understanding what the formula is. So you may or may not know, I do an ugly house tour with people on a limo bus, and we tour around and we look at whatever the top 5 flippable properties are at that time, just to try to to educate people on what's out there and to work through the process. I'll show you some examples in a minute, but what I wanted to kind of talk to you about right now is I've got this. This is one of the handouts that I give to everybody when they come on the bus tour, and one of the things we do here is we talk about. There's different ways to do it, but one thing is you want to aim for a minimum profit margin of 10% of the purchase price. So, for instance, if you're looking at a $400,000 home, you want to aim for a profit margin of about $40,000, and that's tremendous profit. Now, the next piece is you want to budget $10 to $15 per square foot that you're renovating. So if it's a 2,000 square foot house, you're going to be budgeting $20,000 to $30,000, depending on how high end you want to go, depending on what the neighborhood would support. You're going to be $10 to $15 per square foot, and then you always want to factor in your professional fees of 3.5% to 4%, which we'll get a little go into a little deeper in a minute. Then you've got your carrying costs, which is however long it's going to take you to renovate, remarket, and sell this property. And then you got to look at what your interest costs are through that time, and then obviously one thing to never forget is you got property transfer tax in beautiful British Columbia, which will eat into your profit margin a little bit. So you want to factor all of those things in so there are no surprises. And then the way that we do it on the bus tour, and the way that I like to sort of demonstrate it, is the absolute sweet spot for flipping is the $412,000 house. I mean, 412. I say 412 because that's the actual average right now for the median home price for sales. If that's the median, that means that the majority of the buyers exist right there. You could go less, you could go more, but if you're really looking for your best odds of success, go right to the middle, right at the sweet spot, and that's in that very low 400s range. So, okay, if we're looking at something that's going to be mid or low 400s asking price, then you have to look at, okay, well, what do we have? What kind of properties are we looking for that will get us to that point? So here's an example of one that we saw when we were on the bus tour. It was on Pinehurst and Glenmore. We figured that the finished price would work out to $450,000. We concluded that the renovation would take $30,000. There's going to be $15,000 in fees because these realtors, they got to get paid. You got carrying costs of $5,000. The property transfer tax, $5,200. Legal fees, $1,500. And then we figured profit margin, the minimum acceptable profit margin we'd want would be $40,000. So when you take this 450 number, you subtract all of these, including your profit, of course, the main thing, you come with $360,000. So $360 is exactly what we'd be looking to offer on this property for and get accepted, not go any higher than $360. Now, I took it a step further. The cash required to do a deal like this, we factor that in too, so you know exactly what you're looking at, would be $102,000. That would include your down payment and your renovation budget of $30,000. Now, in the end, if you made $40,000, then your actual return on your equity, the return on the actual money, the $102,000 that you put out, would be 39.2%. That's phenomenal. And if you can do that in a 6-month timeline, and you can do it twice a year, you'll double your capital in your first year. It's an amazing thing. Now, okay, some of you might be saying, I don't have $102,000. That's okay. We have another example here. This was just a little condominium down by the college. You might be familiar with Demuntral Court. We figured the finished price would be $205,000 conservatively, and that was based on what other ones that had been fixed up a little bit were selling for. We had a really small rental budget of $4,800. The fees, of course, are going to be $10,000 to sell it. You're going to be $2,000 to carry it because it's going to be really quick in, out. Your transfer tax is $1,650, and then your legal fees are $1,500. So on $200,000, again that 10% rule, we want to profit $20,000. So that means we had to buy it for $165,000. Well, I can tell you right now, there are 2 for sure that I know of in there that that could use a renovation that are for sale for I think $175,000. So to negotiate them down to $165 is probably very doable. So again, the cash required for this property is $37,850. And here's the best part: the return on equity on that $37,000 is 52.8%. So you make a quick $20,000, you could probably be in and out of that project in 3 to 5 weeks, and to make 50% back on your money. I mean, it's unheard of. So is it doable today? Absolutely. Is the market appreciating going to be what does it? No. You need to make sure that you can find the right property, buy it for the right price. You need to be confident what it's going to sell for. When you're done, you need to have either a professional tell you what it's going to be worth, or be really on top of the market yourself, and then work your way backwards from there. I hope this is helpful for you. I just checked the timer. I've been yakking for 8.5 minutes already, and I know you couldn't hold my attention span for more than 8 minutes. So I'm gonna sign off here, but I want you to know that I got this noggin's filled with all kinds of stuff, and I can talk about flipping property till the end of time. So if you want to connect with me and pick my brain, I'm all ears. And by no means am I trying to sell you any of these properties. If you choose to work with me and you want advice, awesome. If you just want information, I'm here. You can connect with me through my Facebook page. You can call me 864-6433. You can come down to the office and see us down here at Vantage West Realty. We'd love to connect with you and provide you as much value as we possibly can. It's a ton of fun flipping properties, and I would just love for you to experience it for yourself if you haven't already. And yeah, take care.